Hi guys, welcome to Keto Living. So I know it's been a minute since I did a video, but you know what's been going on in my life. So I'm happy to report that I'm back on my diet, I'm doing well, and I'm down a few pounds already from just being a week. So I have a sous chef with me today. This is my brother James. You want to stick your face over here? Because nobody can see your face. Come on. There's my brother. So today, I know Super Bowl is coming up on Sunday. We've been doing recipes for Super Bowl or any party really. And so we've done sausage balls, we've done the queso dip, and just an adaptation for the queso dip, you can throw sausage or something like that in there if you want a more meaty dip. And I've talked about our deviled eggs, and I wanted to show you something that I'm going to be doing to my deviled eggs Sunday. Is that I'm going to be using guacamole in them, and so just to spice them up a little bit. So that's an idea for you. It's not gross, it's good. Also, we have today. So today we have two recipes. So we have sweet and savory. So we're going to get started on the sweet first. It takes a shorter time to bake, but it has to completely cool before I can pull it off the tray. So what is it that we're making? We are making like praline candied pecans. Now I don't know what part of the world you live in, but this part of the world we say pecans, not pecans. So not going to get in the phonetic debate with you guys, but come on down and let's get started. Don't let the counter intimidate you, because remember there's things down here for two recipes. Oh, and by the way, the second recipe, yeah, it's buffalo chicken dip. Because everybody loves buffalo wings, but who wants the mess of eating wings all over their house? So we're going to make an adaptation, and we're going to have buffalo chicken dip. So hang on, and I'll be back in about 2 seconds. Okay, so now we're going to do the pecans first. And for candy pecans, you're going to need 4 cups of whole pecans. And these came from a local grower here in South Carolina. It's a little town called Hartsville, and that's where these came in from the nut factory. You're going to need some erythitol, some cinnamon, and a whole stick of butter. Would you put that in the refrigerator for me, please? Thank you. So what we're going to do, I have this heavy-duty measuring cup, and I'm just going to put everything in my measuring cup. But the first thing you do is you're going to melt half a cup of butter, which a half a cup of butter is 1 stick of butter. Now, please make sure you use real butter, because margarine and stuff like that is just so bad for you. Now, of course, I use grass-fed butter. It's the Kerrygold butter, and this is the unsalted one. So we're going to put that in the microwave for about 30 seconds until it all melts.
Oh, let's see what my job is.
Yeah, I told you you're the sous chef today. And while we're doing that, we're going to measure out a half a cup of erythitol. Now, what I use is Splenda Naturals. It's stevia and erythitol mixed together. It is really good. It doesn't have that weird aftertaste that some like plain erythitol may have. There's a button on there that says 30 seconds. You just press. There you go. So that's what I use. Now you have to be careful. I wish they had made big bags of this, but their big bag is actually a 50% sugar and 50% erythitol blend. Oh, don't get that. You will be getting sugar. Made that mistake. That's why it tasted so good. So we're going to do a half a cup of erythitol. Now a half a cup of erythitol equals about 1 cup of regular sugar, but we're not putting regular sugar in this. Then we're going to put, can you get a fork out of the drawer over there and stir it up so it'll melt? Then we're going to put 1 heaping teaspoon of cinnamon. Is it melted good?
Pretty much. Got a few lumps.
Can't have no lumps. That's another thing. The butter has to be completely melted. But this is very easy recipe. maybe about 10 seconds more. And then you're going to put a teaspoon of vanilla in it when we get the butter completely melted. Y'all don't know how excited I am about these recipes. My mouth is watering thinking about them. Okay, so I think the butter is coming. Whoops. Can't turn my little whisk, but that'll work. Thank you. I'm helping for it. Okay, so we have the melted butter. Thank you, James. And we're just going to dump all this in there. And then we're going to dump a teaspoonful of vanilla in there. Now, if you don't have a teaspoon, you can always use the capful of your lid, because the lid from the vanilla bottle is always a teaspoon.
Or you can just guess.
Or you can just guess. Estimate. We're going to stir that up really good. That smells good already, doesn't it? I wish we had smell-o-vision for you. Okay, so then we're going to take a gallon-sized bag. Excuse me. And we're going to dump our pecans in it. And give this another quick stir. Whoops. Not on here. And then we're going to pour it, the liquid. I call it liquid gold because it's so good. We're going to pour it into the bag with the pecans. And you're going to try to get all the goodness out.
Hey, honey.
That's a child calling. We're going to try to get all that out.
Slow on the phone, making the Keto.
Then you're going to zip your Ziploc bag up. And then you're going to work all of that goodness in there. It's like caramel.
Okay.
But you want to make sure to try to coat all your pecans. Let me take a little air out of the bag. You want to try to work these all in. I'll move the stuff out of the way so I can bring my tray over.
Nope.
Then you're going to pour them on a baking sheet that's been parchment lined, and this is very important. These puppies will stick if you don't have something in there. You can use parchment paper or you can use the non-stick aluminum foil. I prefer the parchment paper. Okay, so you're going to pour these out on your pan.
Okay, you might need to talk to Mommy.
And try to get all the goodies out. Man, they look good just like this, don't they? And then my hands are clean. You're going to spread them out because you want them on a single layer. If you don't, they will stick together, which is not a bad thing anyway.
Okay, honey.
I mean, you know, what's better than a pecan cluster of goodness?
Okay.
So we're just going to spread these out in a single layer on the pan. Don't they look good, James? And they still might stick together some because the pans, I have a big pan, but there's a lot of pecans in here. I'm just moving the undersheet over so I can make sure I have parchment under all of it. Spread them out a little bit more. Okay, then you're going to put these in a 325 degree oven. And they're going to bake about 10 minutes. Don't leave them in there too long. They'll start getting a little brown, but you do not want to leave them in there longer than 10 minutes because they'll be burnt. And then they won't taste so good. Can you put that in the oven for me, please? This one. So they're going to be in there for about 10 minutes. I can tell you right now that is yummy. Okay. Yes, I did lick my fingers, but I just washed my hands again. Okay. Now to start on our buffalo chicken dip while that's baking. So I'm doing this with the hand mixer. If you do not have a hand mixer, however, you can do this by hand. I will tell you, you might have a few little lumps of cream cheese in there. But for this recipe, you're going to need 8 ounces of softened cream cheese. And I always use Philadelphia cream cheese no matter what, because Philadelphia cream cheese is less than 1 carb per serving. And most cream cheeses add sugar to theirs. If you look at the ingredients, it has sugar in there. So that's why they're always 2 carbs. We're going to put 1 cup of chicken. Actually, 2 cups of chicken, I'm sorry. Now, I cheated with this chicken. This is a rotisserie chicken that I brought home from Walmart. And I pulled the chicken off of it. I have some saved to make chicken salad. And this is for my buffalo chicken dip. Make sure you get the traditional flavor rotisserie chicken if you're going to get that, because it has no carbs. Then we're going to use 1/2 cup of Frank's Red Hot Original sauce. This is what I like. It has a little tiny bit of heat, but it has a whole lot of flavor. Then I'm using 1/2 cup of sour cream. Now I use Daisy's organic sour cream or the sour cream from Aldi's. Neither one of those have added sugar, and they only have 1 carb per serving. And into this, I added 2 teaspoons of the Hidden Valley Ranch dressing seasoning mix. Now, this has no carbs in it. You can substitute blue cheese dressing for this, but you need to be mindful of the carbs on the bottle. And I like blue cheese okay, but I like ranch better. So that's what I'm going with. And then you're going to need 2 cups of shredded cheddar. Now this was block cheddar that I shredded myself because it has no carbs in it. When you buy the prepackaged shredded cheese, it is coated with cellulose, which we all know is wood fiber, and but it adds additional carbs. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to blend up our cream cheese. If I can get the package open. Yeah. I always have problems with this. There it is. You have to pull. I have to find the little tabbies to pull it. So I have the 8 ounces of soft cream cheese here. And then I'm going to add, can you get me a spoon, a large spoon? Just so I can get this going. Thank you. Then I'm going to add the sour cream with the ranch dressing in it. And like I said, I'm not sure, but this is 1/2 cup. But all the recipes will be below in the description box for you. I like to get all the goodness out of it, especially if I'm going to count those carbs. Now, I'm just going to turn this on low. Hopefully it won't be too loud for you. I should have put it on the stand, but you just want to mix this up until it's creamy. Okay, I have that done now. Now I am going to turn this back on just for a minute because I want all that crazy goodness to come off. Okay. And let me get me my little spatula here so I can scrape down the sides of it. So you need your cream cheese to be nice and smooth. Now, like I said, you can absolutely do hand stirring if you don't have a hand mixer or any kind of mixer. You can do it by hand. Just be advised, you will have like little lumps in it from the cream cheese. But you know what? They might melt out in the oven too, so I don't worry about that too much. Okay, so I'm going to move this out of the way. Maybe. I'm struggling with the beaters here. There we go. Okay. Just save them if you want to eat them. Put it down there. All right. Next step. So now we're going to add our hot sauce in. After all, that's what makes it buffalo, right? And we're going to give that a mix. I don't really like to mix that up too much with a blender because it makes a mess. Uh-oh, that would be the dogs. They've been banished from the kitchen, so they're barking at everybody that goes by outside. Okay. Now you're going to add in, stir in half the cheese. We're going to save half of it for the top. That's about half.
You can never have too much cheese.
Well, that's true. You can never have too much cheese. So if you feel like you don't have enough cheese for the top, I have a little bit left over that from grating it up for the 2 cups. I'll just grate some more of that up and throw that on top of that puppy. In fact, I might do that anyway. All right. Now you're going to stir your chicken in. And like I said, this is just not pre-shredded. It's just shredded chicken from a rotisserie chicken. So I tried to use the white meat only. I'm going to take the dark meat and make chicken salad out of it. And then we're going to mix all that up. That looks good enough to eat right now, does it not? It smells good enough to eat. Okay, now you're going to take a dish that is... Excuse me a minute. I have to turn this back on. Make sure it's still hot.
I wonder why that was on.
You're going to take a dish that is 5 by 8. Now, this one is 8 inches this way, but it's 6 inches this way. Not a big deal. Okay, so then we're going to just rake all this in here. You don't even have to spray this pan because of all the fat in it. It's not going to stick. So we're just going to put all this yumminess in here. That bowl is heavy. Spread that out in there. Use the back of my knife. Get it all off. And then scrape out the bowl. Okay. So then we're going to just spread this out evenly. We're doing good, guys. I think we've done 2 recipes now in less than 20 minutes, I think. I don't know. And then you're going to spread the cheese on top. What do you think? We think we need more cheese? I don't think so. Okay, and you're just going to put that in the oven at 350 degrees for about 30 minutes or until it's brown and bubbly on top. So I say that because you just need to watch it because different ovens have different temperatures and whatever. So that's going in the oven. And when it comes out, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, we're all done with the pecans. So I got a container about this full and about that full. Well, it was probably a little bit more up to there, but James and I have been snacking on them. So they're pretty good. Mighty tasty. So here is the buffalo dip. And I have cut us up some celery to try. Now, if you remember these containers back from last year from the Dollar Tree, I think they still have these out. So I cut up celery, and that's what I'll be enjoying my buffalo dip with. Either celery or the Parmesan crackers like this. But you can also put out chips or regular tortillas for your non-keto friends. So, James, you ready to dig in and try?
I don't know.
He's kind of a wimp when it comes to heat. Ready?